Good evening, guys. Hope you're all well. Just let me know that you can actually hear me on day 21. All right, fantastic. Absolutely brilliant for you guys that have been on every night. I really appreciate it. Okay, again, like I said, it's all about the commitment to yourself. Okay, so just like I said, just let me know that you can actually hear me. Okay. Fantastic. So brilliant. So cheers, Megan and Dave. Okay, just let me know, have you all now finished every chapter in the book? Have you actually read the book all the way through? Can you just let me know again, all right, if you've actually just put read or not read, if you've not read it all. Okay, so read if you've read it all, and not if you've not read it all. It's just so important, so I know what you're up to, guys. Fantastic. I know there's a bit of a delay. I appreciate there's a little bit of a delay, but like I say, if you can let us know if you've read it all, finish your chapter. If you've just finished it today, fantastic stuff. Brilliant, guys. Fantastic. Well done. Well done. I bet you're all furiously typing away there, aren't you? 2 questions in one go. Brilliant. Well done, Karen. Well done. Brilliant. Well done, Sylv. Last chapter. Okay, guys. Well done. Brilliant stuff. Okay. Well done, Pam. Nearly there. Fantastic. Well, it is so important, guys. It is so important that when you finished it, all right, I wouldn't leave it long. I would not leave it long to go back over it again. Absolute phenomenal book. Absolutely amazing. I've been watching them on Periscope. I've been watching them on YouTube. There's another training tonight, tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, I do believe. Yeah, I think Sunday and Monday. Okay, he's got another. It's about 7 days training. Sorry, seven steps again. Again, it's a pretty new training, I do believe. All right. So again, if you're booked in for those, fantastic. It's just for one night for a couple of hours. And also, like I say, by going back over the book again, like I said, you're just refreshing everything in your mind. All right. Remember, guys, this is just the start. This is just a start of where you need to be in life. This is where you need to be in your business. All right. And it's not about doing 10,000 things. So many people think it's about doing 10,000 things, and it really isn't. All right. There's a couple of things as well that I want to remind you of. Obviously, you've read it in the book. You've gone over it. We've gone over it just about every day, more or less. Okay. All right. You can't just think positive. You cannot just think positive and expect everything to come positive. Okay. There's got to be actions in there. All right. You've got to be making sure there are actions. Also, again, you can't just put in actions and expect yourself to become successful. All right. You've got to combine the both. You've got to have the positive motivation. You've got to have the, everything that we've covered, from the affirmations to the belief, self-belief, to actually work in your business, doing the things that you need to be doing every single day. For instance, obviously writing your to-do list, the 5 to 7 things, actions that you need to be doing every single day and following through on them. Because again, by doing that, you're just going to start to master things. This is where the path to mastery comes in. All right. It's about doing the simple things every single day, being on track, being on the straight track all the time. All right. Yeah, sometimes we fall off, but we get ourselves back on. Yeah, don't be afraid of trying new things. Don't be afraid to try something. All right. Because again, like I said, you'll grow by trying it. Even if you get it wrong, it doesn't matter. Remember when we spoke about failure? Yeah, keep going, keep doing what you've got to do, because again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong, if it goes wrong for you, you fail, you can step back on track again, can't you? All right. So it's so important that you keep these things all in your mind. Again, by reading it again, Gavin Scott in my first, I think it was my first month in the business, he spoke for Rob Forster at a meeting, and he actually said, if you read something 10 times, you're going to get all the information you need from it. All right. I believe that if you continue to read after that 10 times, you'll still get more information. There's always going to be something that you're going to be learning. You're going to be at a different level every single time. So the more times you're going to read this book, the more times you're going to highlight it, or whatever it is that you do to actually take on that information. Keep doing it. Keep going in that field, where you're actually seeing yourself in that theater of the mind. All right, whether it's your vision or whether it's your goals on a day-to-day basis, get there so you can actually feel it. If there's days when you're a little bit lost, or you don't feel that you're on track, or you can't see it, again, stop yourself. Just stop what it is that you're doing. All right. Remember the black dot. All right, about 1 centimeter in diameter. All right. Again, focus on that. Clear your mind. One other thing you want to be doing when you're doing it, like I said, don't sit down doing it. Sorry, don't lie down doing it. You can sit down, you can stand up, whichever's best. It's probably best to sit down for the simple reason, if you do go dizzy, sometimes you do go dizzy when you're doing it. All right, until you get that focus in. All right, but breathe deeply. Make sure there's no sounds going on around you. unless you can concentrate with the subliminal music in the background. But make sure there's no talking, there's no noise going on. Just listen to the music, or in peace and quiet. Just focus on the dot, or close your mind, close your eyes, and obviously your mind, and then breathe deeply and see if you can get back into that zone, into the place where you can start to see your vision again. Because again, like I said, when you get there, you'll find initially when you first start, it's all clear, and then you see your vision. All right, that's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be seeing. So again, it's just going back over everything that we've covered. All right, it is important that you do get back onto it. If you don't, again, you'll just drift. All right, and like I said, it will show in your results over the next few weeks, few months, and certainly a few years. If you continue doing what you've done, all right, over the past 5 years, you're going to get the same results. So don't be surprised if your business has not moved forward because you've not done the things. If you've done all the things, I'll guarantee it'll move forward. If your business isn't moving forward, there's something amiss, and like I said, we need to speak. Right, it's important. But again, like I said, make sure you're doing everything on a day-to-day basis. There's not 1,000 things to do to become a master. Okay, or be on the path to mastery. There's not 1,000 things. All right, there's just a few, and I will actually cover it now with the slides before going on to the final chapter of the book. Okay, so 21 days, guys. It's absolutely flown by. I can't believe we're on day 21 already, actually. All right, like I said to you, put in your diaries for the next one that we're going to be starting, which is going to be on Friday, the 13th of May. That's Friday, the 13th of May, same time, 9 o'clock. I will actually put the start time about 10 minutes before, so it'll be about 10 to 9. You can actually get on there, so we can play any music or anything beforehand. And then, like I said, start at 9 o'clock, so we can get finished about 9:30, 9:45, usually at the latest. So like I said, let you guys know it's important. And one other thing that I've noticed over the last 3 weeks as well, all right, when there's been the videos and stuff on, all right, I don't mean the music videos, but I'm on about the videos that we've been putting on for the last week, positive motivational ones, all right, the people are still posting on that. In fact, when I've been talking, people are still posting because I get the notifications that pop up. All right, all that's saying, guys, well, there's a couple of things. Number one, you're not where you should be. All right, you're not where you should be. All right, which is fine. If you don't want to be on it, that is fine. I'm not saying you've got to be. I'm not saying you've got to be, listening to me. That is fine. If you don't want to, just shut off. That's fine. All right. But also, like I said, if you're not focused on what you should be listening to, yeah, you need to get that part right, because again, it's all about focusing on being where you are. This is the problem in life. This is why people don't get anywhere in life, because they're trying to focus on 3 things. They're trying to multitask, and realistically, people cannot multitask. All right. If you want to be successful at something, if you want to become a master at anything, or if you want to be able to focus on something, you need to be in basically where you are. All right, be where you are. All right, it is so important, and it'll also help you in your business as well, for the simple reason when you're actually out at events, if you're speaking to somebody, you're not wandering, your eyes are not wandering, you're not looking everywhere else instead of listening to that person, because it shows disrespect as well. All right, so again, like I said, be where you are. It is so important. All right, so what are you grateful for, guys? Remember, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, as long as it's something that you feel so truly grateful for in yourself, and it's made you feel special today. What is it? What's the thing that you're most grateful for today? There may be a few things. Like I said, it might be actually, meeting new customers. It might be, speaking to more prospects than you've done before. You might have had a, fantastic chat with a prospect that's ready to join, or they're joining your business. Whatever it is, like I said, just share it, because like I say, it's good that other people can actually see what you're doing, where you're up to, and how it's actually affecting your business as well. All right, we're only 6 days away as well till the end of the period. So again, whatever your goals were, if you are on track, fantastic. If you're not, then like I said, all you've got to do is make sure you're focused on the final week. Remember, again, I've said it 3 or 4 times while we've been on here for the last 21 days. Yeah, when we were out in Cyprus, we came back, and Andy Marwood and his business was so far off gold, he'd given up. But because I believed in, because I actually got him back on track, all right, they smashed it. All right, if I'd have left them to it, they'd have probably come through with about 5,000 points, 5,500, 6,000 points at the most. And like I said, they ended up on, I think it was 8,300 points, which was about £9,600. All right, so again, it was all about having somebody believe in him. While obviously, we were actually well, he was actually gaining the belief in himself. But once he'd actually smashed it, his income went from £900 to 2,500. The month after, it was 2,600. So like I said, they were so grateful for that. And like I said, that's one of the things that, like I said, they were truly grateful for at that point in the business, in their life. So meeting friends for lunch, fantastic, good stuff. Again, like I said, just being around those happy, positive people. All right. I was actually listening to something before. Wes Linden was actually on before on Periscope, and I was actually watching him. And he was talking about when your friends, when your best friends, all right, they don't agree with what you're doing and they're knocking you and mocking you. All right, you've got to ask yourself, are they really your friend? Because your friends and your family should be, they should be happy for you. I know that, you'll find a lot of your family members are not always happy for you. They think you're crazy and do what you do, because I've been there. Eventually they do come around when they see success happening, but your friends should be the ones that should be actually, on board and say, fantastic, well done. I see you coming through. I see great things happening for you. That's how they should be. If they're not, you've got to ask yourself, are they the sort of friends that you really do want? Because they'll always try to pull you down to their level, guys. All right. Sitting down and having dinner with Tanya. Fantastic, Chris. Okay, my loving, caring family. Thank you. Again, like I said, family is probably the most important things in your life. All right. Certainly your close family, your kids and your husband and that sort of thing, your partner. Okay. My customers being very appreciative of my delivering in bad weather. Again, yeah, it's been crazy today. Is it today or yesterday as well? Yesterday was, I think there was all four seasons in within an hour. Yeah, sun, snow, hail, rain, everything. It was, and gales. It was a, really funny day. My family, yep, family again, and having a delicious spag bol made for me. Well done, David. I mean, well done, David, for making it. Is that right, Megan? David made it for you. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so well done, guys. Like I said, there's always something to be grateful for every single day. Every day, there's always something to be grateful for. Like I said, you've got to be open to seeing it, because again, so many people are just trapped in that zone of being so frustrated and angry, and when they fall out with people, they're angry with them for months and months and months. And like I said, what you want to do is get those frustrations and so down to a couple of minutes and use them as learning. What's the word I'm looking for? Something you can learn from. All right, something you can learn from. All right, so like I said, that's what you want to do. A couple of minutes, learn from it and move on. That's how you want to be, because like I said, that will actually put so many positives in your mind anyway. But like I said, by then, anyway, as long as you keep going, you're going to have such positivity in your life and your mind. There will be things that go on, but like I said, learn from them. All right. So we fail to realize that mastery is not about perfection. It's a process, a journey. The master stays on the path day after day, year after year. The master is willing to try and fail and try again for as long as he or she lives. Natalie Healy was one. It took her 2 years, even after being in contact with Dave O'Connor. All right. So over the last 7 years, the first 2 years that we were talking to one another, she was very much still a procrastinator. And it didn't matter what Dave says. Obviously, she still couldn't get her head around a lot of the things that she needed to. It took 2 years for her to get over that before the next 5 years. Look, well, you've seen the results, you've heard the results, you've seen it in the book, you've read it. But like I say, sometimes it takes that little bit of time. It doesn't mean for you to get frustrated and angry and stop doing what you're doing. You've got to keep pushing through. Like it says, the master stays on the path day after day, year after year. All right. If you do fall off, it's simple to get back on there again. Like I said, don't be afraid to try. George Leonard said, okay, George Leonard is an American author, right? Passed away in 2010, but he says, it's easy to get on the path of mastery. The real challenge lies in staying on it. Okay, so again, it's then doing them tasks every day. Those tasks are what it takes to get you to where you need to be or where you want to be in your business and in your life. If you're looking for a big life, because that's what your vision should be, your vision should be so strong and big that it really does, that like I said, you're always asking, how am I going to achieve this? If you're asking that question all the time, you're going to get the answers coming at you. Like I said, all the time, the opportunities are always going to be coming to you. The people are going to be sent to you. You've got to be so open-minded and look for them or see them as they're being attracted, or as they're out there, you're going to be attracting them. But like I say, if you're doing the negative things in life, like watching the news or playing on Facebook for too long in the day, or doing things that you shouldn't be doing, playing games and that sort of stuff, if you're doing all those things or sat watching television when you could be building your business and speaking to people, then like I say, you'll always miss out on the opportunities, because like I said, they'll be just floating right past you all the time. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. That's your business, guys. That is what you've got to do every single day. Every day, same thing over and over again. It is mundane. Every person who's ever become successful, every football player, every basketball player, every sports person will tell you, every time, golfer, every time they hit the ball, hit the ball, just consistently, every time they did it, they'll tell you it was monotonous. It was mundane, but they did it because they knew that they, the other people were not doing it. So they were going to become the champion. That is how Tiger Woods started at 3, I do believe. And he won his first I think he won his first big competition at 14. But it was a practice every single day. Yeah, for like people like Olympic runners or rowers, yeah, they're going for the Olympics. They're up at 3 o'clock in the morning, practicing every single morning, even during the rain, when it's snowing, when it's cold, when everybody else is just tucking up because the quilt is so nice and warm, the heating's on and it's wonderful. Yeah, successful people, masters, actually step out and get out and do what they've got to do when everybody else is tucked up. That's what makes them the master. All right, so keep practicing your opportunity, keep practicing your business. This will come up again towards the end, guys. Again, Bruce Lee, if you always put limits on everything you do, physical or anything else, it will spread into your work and into your life. There are no limits. There are only plateaus, and you must not stay there. You must go beyond them. All right, talking again about people giving up all the time. All right, when you're doing something that's just not serving you, all right, you will give up on it. Okay, if you're procrastinating in your business, you'll procrastinate in life and in anything else that you do. So again, you've got to get on to what you need to do. So every day, just make sure you're actually filling in your goals, that you're drawing them, you're writing them out, you've got them on the wall, you can see them, you've got your mission statement written down, so you know exactly what you're doing every single day. It is so important for you. Okay, King of Pop, Michael Jackson, the greatest education in the world is watching the masters at work. It's actually watching them, learning and copying them. All right, watch them, learn and copy. Yeah, that's what you want to be doing. That is, again, how you actually succeed. Always speak to somebody who's at the level where you want to be next. So if you're looking to be earning £1,000 next, speak to someone who's earning £1,000. If you want to hit 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000, speak to them people along the way, because like I said, they'll give you all the answers that you actually need. So it'll save you a lot of time as well. So now, not everybody's into cars. I totally understand this. I totally 100% understand. If you're not into cars, that's not a problem. But still, just to understand this analogy, all those cars, some beautiful motors there. There's a lot of money's worth of motors. If you actually grew your business to 10,000, 15, 20,000, 50, £100,000 a month, and you bought one of these cars, all right, it might be another car, it might be totally different. But what would happen, guys? What would happen if you didn't put any fuel in these cars? What would happen if you didn't put the fuel in the cars? All right, it's not going to go, is it? The car would not go. Also, let's say you decided one day, right, okay, I need to fill the car up, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to stick some coffee in it, a bit of Coke, and some dirt and sand. I'm just going to mix it all up, and I'm going to put that in the where the petrol or the diesel goes. Now, what do you think is going to happen if you did that? All right, you're going to knacker the car, aren't you? Okay, you've got 100, 200, 250,000 pound motor, and you're just about to blow it up because you put in rubbish. You put in the coffee, the Coke, and the dirt, because the fuel that goes in is refined, it's clean. All right, and it's the only thing that actually runs on. If you put those in there, like I said, you're going to knacker the engine. All right, so what is it then that makes us as human beings put all this rubbish into our mind, into ourselves? Yeah, junk food, fizzy sugary drinks, reading the newspapers, watching the news, watching soaps on television, eating takeaways all the time, and smoking. All right, people are so happy to do that every single day, yet they won't do the things that's going to make a massive difference. And for yourselves, all right, it's actually putting the good stuff in. This is the good stuff that you need to be putting into your body and into your mind. You need to be giving it to yourself. Like I said, you put in 21 days on here because you want to learn something new. You want to learn something and to take yourself to the next level. All right. I'm hoping you've taken plenty of notes over the last 21 days. But like I say, if you've been reading, reading the books, reading some of this information or others, I mean, there's some of them on there. Like I've said before, you want to be keep reading them and learning and learning and learning. All right, things like GoPro. Okay, this book here, How to Create the Mindset of a Network Marketing Champion, 7 Strategies to Wealth and Happiness, Think and Grow Rich, Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. Just a couple of books that, like I said, if you actually keep reading them over and over again, you're going to get so much information it'll change your life forever. It will change your life forever. Use them as reference guides. Use them, to coach your team members, because again, it will help you massively to build the business that you're looking to achieve. All right. Like I say, don't keep putting investing money. Don't keep spending money on all this stuff. Yeah. Don't keep spending money on all this stuff if you want a successful life, unless you're spending more on this stuff. It is so important to get it right, guys. So important. Malcolm Gladwell, fantastic book there. Has anybody got this book, Outliers? Malcolm Gladwell talks about in the book, it is a success story, as it says there, but he talks in the book about to become a master, to become the top of your field, it takes 10,000 hours. Bruce Lee mentioned it before, 10,000 hours in your specialist subject to actually become a master at what you do. All right. So like I said, if you actually work it out, 10,000 hours would be, I think it works out about 5 years. Is it 5 years? 40 hours a week would take you 40 hours a week, so 8 hours a day, 5 days a week would take you 5 years to actually achieve that, if I'm right. Somebody might correct me on that. 50 hours times 40, 2,000. Yeah, it's 5 years, isn't it? All right, 5 years it would take you 40 hours a week. Now, a lot of people can actually fit that in alongside the full-time job if they want to. Brilliant stuff. Well done, Karen. Yeah, like I said, just having it going in all the time. This is why it's so powerful to have the audios. Like I said, you can actually have it on at home. We used to have The Secret on, and when we actually first heard about The Secret, while we're actually working at home, yeah, we had it playing all day long. So if I was actually turning books around, if I was, if I was about to do my phone calls, I'd watch it. I'd watch the video. It was on for an hour and a half. I'd watch it, get into the zone again, and get on with it. Like I was saying before, you can't just watch The Secret or 77 times and be successful, but also you can't just work and become successful. Yeah, because people work all their life. They work for 40, 50 years. Yeah, and actually don't become successful. So what you've got to do is you've got to work, okay, doing something that's going to take you in the right direction, keep growing every single day. But again, having the belief, putting the positive stuff in, because you don't want to be working, doing something successful and keep telling yourself, it's not working for me. This is never going to work for me. How come it's not working for me? It's working for everybody else. If you're giving yourself those affirmations and talking to yourself like that, you need to stop it, because you're just self-sabotaging yourself again. You've got to believe and believe and believe, and speak to somebody else who's going to believe in you until you start to see it, until you start to feel it, until you get it and understand it. All right, because it's so important. People will pick you up all the time. They will inspire you, but you've got to pick up the phone and speak to that person, because that is what's going to take you to the next level. When you don't believe in yourself initially and you're trying to, and you keep putting on that false mask, okay, eventually it will come, guys, but you've got to keep putting in that time. You've got to keep doing the work. All right, it is so massively, massively important. Okay. And then Robin Sharma, devote yourself to learning something new about your field in mastery every single day. Mastery is just doing something over and over again and becoming better at it all the time. Like I said, it's like practicing golf, hitting that ball and hitting that ball and hitting that ball. If you did that for 5 years consistently for 8 hours a day, yeah, you're going to be a master at playing golf. All right. And again, by keep doing the correct things, by keep believing in yourself and keep giving yourself the affirmations and writing the things down that you need to be doing every single day, then actioning them, okay, you're going to achieve the conferences, not just Mexico, but the rest of them, because you're just working the business, you're following through all the time, and you'll get into momentum. And when you're in momentum, that's basically when people are following what you're doing. There's a lot of excitement going on in your team. And like I said, people will be buzzed up because they know that you're on the right path. So they will be following you. So make sure you get on the right path. Do everything, keep it simple, but get busy with it. Get busy with it. And finally, like I say, 5 to 7 things, make sure you're doing those, and also writing your goals down. Is everybody, if you can just get on here right now and just let me know, are you still writing your goals out twice a day, every day? Are you writing them out, physically writing them out? Are you doing it every day? Just let me know, guys. Like I said, it's the last night tonight. So just make sure you don't stop tonight. You continue doing the things that you've got to do every single day. Okay, has anybody slipped off? If you've slipped off, just say no, you've not done it, that's fine. Okay, it's not a right or wrong. Okay, it is in a sense, but it's wrong if you've not done it, because obviously you're not going to be, you're not on course. But like I said, you can get back on. It's not a problem. Is everybody been doing their goals twice a day, morning and night, when they get up in the morning, so you can focus on it? Fantastic, Lainey, brilliant stuff. Okay, is it just yourself, Lorraine, or has Matthew been doing it as well? Fantastic, Chris, brilliant stuff. Certainly I'm writing them, I'm reading them. Fantastic, brilliant. So that is it, just reading it again. You're putting that affirmation in yourself. Okay, like I said, it is amazing to keep telling yourself all the time. Like I said, it's just putting that good stuff into your mind all the time, and you get the feeling. Right, okay, that's okay, that's not a problem. What you'll find is by actually penning it, by putting it on paper, by writing it out, it might only take you 5 minutes. All right, again, it's about doing those little tasks every single day that's going to make a massive difference. You can read it out 1,000 times if you want to, but it's writing it out that once you've got it written down, they reckon it's about 50% of the task is achieved once you've written it out. So this is why we say write it out twice a day, morning and night. It'll set you up for the day anyway, but as you're writing it, you're talking it, you're saying it to yourself anyway. Right, same again there, Dave and Megan. Yeah. It's so important to do it at night. And Mike and Lou, yeah, writing it out twice a day, get it on your pad, because eventually you'll feel your pad and you'll know that you're on the right course straight away. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not saying, I'm not telling you you've got to. I'm not your teacher. I'm just telling you, if you do, you'll achieve more. You'll achieve more, guys. It's just how it is. All right. So it's so important that if you get it right and you do the things every day, don't forget nighttime, write your 5 to 7 things out at night before, so that when you get up in the morning, yeah, you can do it. Sorry, you can do it. Yeah, when you get up, so you're not drifting. All right, it's so important. One habit I used to have years ago, when I used to get up in the morning, I used to put the television on and watch the news. Watch breakfast news first thing in the morning while having breakfast. Bad idea, because you're just setting yourself up in the wrong way. And that's what I did. But like I said, now it's different. Like I said, I write the things out that I've got to do, and my goals as well. So like I said, it's so important to do what you've got to do. These little tasks, these are the things that most people don't do. Okay, just make them more. He's on chapter. Okay, brilliant stuff. Okay, reading the next one. Wicked stuff. Be a good idea to probably get your own books as well, because like I said, if you're using it as well, for your own stuff, I highlight them, and by highlighting the books, I know Angie doesn't highlight books, and it annoys her when they're highlighted. So for me and Angie, we're totally different as well when it comes to stuff like that. So like I said, guys, that's it. That's the slides for the 21 days. Hopefully you've taken plenty of information from there. Let's just shut that off. Save that. Wicked stuff. I'm back. All right. So like I say, day 21, The Path to Mastery. Okay, fantastic book. All right. Hopefully you've got a lot out of it. And if you haven't, it doesn't matter. Like I said, you can go back over it. All right. But if you was to read the book once a month, every month, just read it every month. Like I said, this is going to make sure that your business is going in the right direction, because it's giving you every single thing that you need to be doing to make your business successful. All right. It's been tested and tested and tested for a few years. There's been lots of success stories from it. So why would we not want to actually do what's counting all the time? I don't get time for TV now. Okay. Busy getting both kids up, dressed them out for school. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from there, Karen. I understand all that. Okay, so The Path to Mastery. I'm not going to read it all because there's about 12 pages, but I'll just go through some of it. It was June 2004. As I stepped out onto stage, I could feel a hot light beaming down on me. Do you remember what I was saying to you when we were actually talking about going through the vision, the theatre of the mind? And I said, when you stood backstage, you've gone gold, or you've gone bronze, or you've gone SCD, and you stood there backstage, you're so excited, you're nervous as well with it all. And then when they call your name out and you go on stage, the first thing you'll feel is the heat. And when you tell yourself, and you've got that vision, you can feel the heat, you'll start to feel yourself become warm. And when you feel yourself come warm, you know you're in the zone. Okay, you know you're in that place of, you're feeling it. If when you're talking to yourself and you're saying it, you're not feeling it, you need to go deeper. Again, the way to go deeper is either focus on that black dot, or again, just close your eyes, get into some peace, and like I said, breathe deeply in through the nose as deep as you can and out as far as you can. And like I said, by doing that, doing it a few times for maybe a couple of minutes in peace and quiet, all you can hear is yourself breathing and maybe your heart beating. You will get into that zone where you actually just clear everything out of your mind. It's fascinating how it works. And yet on a day-to-day basis, we just shallow breathe in and out, in and out, in and out. And like I said, there's so much going on, so much noise, everything's happening. And like I said, you can't concentrate. And then you try to multitask, you're trying to do 3 or 4 things at once, and it doesn't work. This is why you are where you are in life right now, because of things like this, by multitasking. Little things like, if you don't do the little tasks that it's talking about by doing it twice a day, writing your goals out. If you don't do the 5 to 7 stuff that you write it down because you think you know what you need to do tomorrow, when you pen it on paper, that's when it starts to become real, guys. So unless you're going to give yourself the time, all right, pretty much guarantee you might be where you are this time next year in the same place, and you'd be frustrated, wondering why other people are achieving and you might not have got somewhere where you wanted to be. And it's not that it doesn't work, it's that you've just not followed it through to the letter. So again, understand that when they give a task in these examples and so forth, it's going to massively help you. It will massively help you, guys. The room was silent as 500 people were waiting to hear what I had to say, but I was feeling nervous, something I hadn't felt in a long time. I felt unprepared, uncomfortable, and fearful. It was like I was 7 years old again when I first experienced stage fright. Why had this old program suddenly resurfaced? I thought I'd dealt with my fear of public speaking and overcome it years ago, and yet here it was, alive and well again. Again, that's what you'll feel. This is by not following through, by not keep doing what you need to keep doing every day. If you don't get onto maybe going to the front of this book again over the next 2 weeks before we come back on, you might start to drop into some of your old routines. Because although 21 days you can start to get a habit, you can start to form a habit, they do say it takes up to 66 or even 96 days for you to actually fall into that trap of doing it consistent and persistent, and it just becomes the norm. All right, like negative things that we do on a day-to-day basis, that's just the norm. When I say negative, I don't mean negative, but stuff that we do that we just continuously do that's never going to serve us in any way, shape, or form. So again, by keep going over it again and going through it again, it'll come clearer in your mind, because you'll remember when we either spoke about it or something you read. You might be in a different place, you might have watched a video, you might have seen something, and like I said, you are in a different place. All right, so again, like I said, it's so important to go through that. Okay, I'm just going to skip through this part. It's not, Edmund Hillary said, it's not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Yeah, that's the thing about taking on a task that you may never have done before, doing something outside your comfort zone that you've never done before. All right, it's not the thing, okay, that you fear, it's yourself. It is yourself that you fear, and it's yourself that you've got to overcome. All right, so like I said, you can achieve anything that you want to in life, but you've got to overcome yourself at the end of the day. This is exactly what Natalie did. She faced up to and dealt with every one of her negative patterns that held her back and replaced them with positive, empowering ones, and now serve her and everyone connected to her. So like I say, again, when you overcome the things that you fear, people will see how confident you are. And it's not confident in a cocky way. It's confident that you can show people how to follow what you're doing, because you're moving forward, and it will change you. Exercise can also help you stay in a positive frame of mind. In fact, a study conducted by Michael Babiak, PhD, suggested that exercise was an effective, cost-effective treatment for depression. And I know it is anyway, because like I said, on a day-to-day basis, if I don't go to gym, okay, I missed yesterday. When I don't go to gym, I feel crap. I don't feel crap, but I feel bad that I've not been. I don't feel crap in myself, but I just feel bad that I've not been. I don't feel as good as when I've been. But like I said, when I give myself an hour to 2 hours in the gym, like I said, I feel amazing. This morning, like I said, I got back on it again. I passed 6, I was up there, and I just feel amazing, because I'm doing something when I'm there to make myself feel good, to build my body up, build my strength up, my immunity. And like I said, just to get on that bike for an hour after I've done the weights and stuff for an hour, then like I said, I feel amazing. Yeah, you're pumping them endorphins up in your body. So like I said, you feel good. Even if it's raining outside, it doesn't matter. I feel $1 million. So this is why I do what I do. If I don't go, like yesterday, I procrastinated a little bit on doing something where I could have still gone to the gym. I didn't. I did something wrong. I faulted myself, but like I said, I got straight back onto what I needed to do again, all right, by being there this morning. So when it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Okay. When it's obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals. So keep your goals, whatever they are, whatever your goal is, the thing that's actually motivating you, keep that goal, just change, okay, or go deeper in yourself, like we spoke about 4 days ago. Go deeper in yourself and actually start to go, you know, and pull yourself up, pull yourself to the next level, stretch yourself again, because it will massively, massively help you. And a final word from Natalie. It has been an amazing journey for me from a scared, broke, single mum to being #1 in the country for my company and earning an income that usually only film stars and lottery winners have. I am not exceptional or extraordinary. I am just the same as most of you read in this book. The difference is that I made the decision to change my life, and then I did everything necessary to make it happen. As I've repeated again and again, for me, it was always for my children. They were and still are my reason for doing what I do. The proudest day of my life so far was when they started private school. I still get emotional whenever I see them at sports day or at a performance. Sometimes I have to pinch myself to prove I am awake and it isn't all a dream. It started with a vision and now I'm living it as my reality. It wasn't always easy. I had many personal demons to slay and plenty of doubters around me. Probably the loudest voice was my brother's, who thought I was mad for even considering private school as a single mum without what he considered to be a proper job. All right, again, you're going to get it, guys. You're going to get it, and you've got to overcome it. You've got to start to believe in yourself. Whatever your goal is, believe in you. Believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself right now, like I said, there's always going to be somebody who will believe in you. I believe in every one of you. All right, and I'll show you. I'll help you. I'll help you to understand how you can overcome the fears. Okay, while you're actually building your business. But like I said, you need to pick up the phone if that's the case. That's another thing as well. If you don't get hold of me straight away, leave me a message. That is important. Okay. I also found the whole school commute to be a challenge. Part of me felt like a fraud, as though I was only pretending that I could afford to do this. That was my negative self-talk trying to belittle me and make me feel inadequate. I've come a long way and I am not finished yet. I still have dreams and my vision is always growing, changing and evolving with me. You can do the same. Master your mindset and you will be on the path to living the life you can only dream about at the moment. Whilst this book is being written, my children return to school at the end of the summer holidays. I'm going to end with a post I wrote today for Facebook. For me, it sums my journey up. Now, this was written on Facebook on the 3rd of September last year, 2015. How grown up, first day of high school for Will and Rosie in the prep school. Had a pinch moment as I rolled up with all the other parents in their 4x4s and posh cars. I got out with my nice shoes and handbag and dropped them off for their first day at school, knowing I'd already paid their fees for next year. They went off super happy and confident, and I got back in the car and cried. Why? Because I realized my dream had become a reality and I'm living the life I dreamt of, not down to anyone else's effort, but my own. I wanted it for my kids and worked for it. I made it happen, as scary as it has been, and as hard as I've worked, it is all worthwhile. If you're reading this, I'm not asking for recognition or to impress you. I just want you to know, if you have a dream, you can make it happen, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. Again, every one of you that have already written your goals down, your vision, your dreams, and been here every single day learning and writing the notes down that you've been taking and going through the emotions that I've been filling on here, but also your own emotions as we've been talking. All right, every one of you can achieve the success that you're looking for. It doesn't matter how long you've been in. You can start afresh today. You can start afresh next week. Your new guys can start afresh, and you can actually write the slate clean and go for it. But you've got to be true to yourself. Yeah, you've got to give yourself the time. If things aren't going fast enough or they're not on track, all right, like I said to you before, don't change your goal. Yeah, just change the date. And like I said, go deep in yourself and pull yourself up again. You're not using 100% of your effort. Remember that. So you can always do more. So Dave talks about back to his earlier story. There I am in front of 500 people, convinced that this was going to be a disaster. The MC finished his introduction. The audience was staring at me and I must have looked like a rabbit caught in the headlights. And just when I had resigned myself to the exorable fate that I was about to ruin my career as a speaker. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted this young woman. She couldn't be more than 18 or 19. She was looking up at me with hope in her eyes. I could see fear, but I could also see hope. And in a split second, I realized that I was there to serve this young woman and every other person in the audience. I had been put there for a reason. Remember, it's not about you. It's not just about you, guys. When you're there and you're in your business and you're there for the people, you've got to be there for them. Don't worry about yourself. Take yourself out of the equation. Just be there to give them the best information that you possibly can. Stop making it. Here we go. Stop making it all about you. I heard the still small voice of wisdom say from deep inside me, it isn't fair and won't help anybody. You came here to serve these people. Do what they need to do, but who you came here to be, there's no higher way to honor these people than to bring them your most dignified self. So that's what you've got to do. Like I say, step up, be the best person that you can be. All right. And aim for the stars. If you fail, you'll land among the moon. Like I say, it's about your goals. It's about your dreams. But again, remember, don't always make it about yourself. It's about other people. It's about helping them to do what you already know how to do. Keep it that simple. You know how to retail. Yeah, you know how to set goals now and dreams. Okay, we've done it for 21 days. If you don't, go back over the book. And like I say, put it in your diary for the 13th, Friday, the 13th of May. We will be starting the next 21 days. Get your new guys between now and then. If they've got a dream, if they've got a vision of where they see themselves in 5 years, remember the questions that we were asking the other day? Yeah, if nothing changes, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Once they've told you, then turn around and say, what do you see? What would you like to have your dream like in 5 years? If, money was no object, for one, or you could achieve anything that you ever wanted to, what would the next 5 years hold for you? When they've told you, again, just say to them, if we can show you how to achieve that, yeah, will you take a serious look at the opportunity? If they say yes, get them on board. And like I said, we'll be doing this every month at the end of week 1, beginning of week 2, and we'll go right to the end of the period. But like I said, the next one is Friday, the 13th of May. And like I said, it's going to be another fantastic 21 days. I will commit. All right, just make sure that your people are committed. Tell them it's going to be 21 days for 45 minutes to an hour. But like I said, if they can't do 21 days, then go for the next month or when they're ready. All right, that's important. So the action plan again, okay, it is quite long-winded. All right, it's 5 pages long. All right, so I'm not going to cover it, but I want you to read it, go through it, and then like I said, follow the action plan on day 21. But like I said, if you've not been following the action plans, go back to the beginning of the book and start again. Go back to the beginning and start again and give yourself 21 days. Remember, it's for your business. You're already doing the business anyway. So you might be crazy not to actually do, follow through on what we've actually spoken about over the last 21 days. Okay, guys. So has anybody got anything they want to say, any questions they want to ask me about the book or any part of it? Has anybody got anything that they need from ourselves? Anybody want anything to say? Like I said, this is just the start, guys. Yeah, the last 21 days is just the start of of the future. Yeah, Andrew just said there, it has made a massive difference. Like I said, I know it's made a massive difference for quite a few of you on here. If not everybody, don't worry about it. Like I said, it's not a problem. You will get it if you keep learning, keep reading the book. Ring us, speak to us. If you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling what everybody else is feeling right now, then like I say, come back to us, let us know. It is important that, like I said, you don't try and kid yourself or just wash it under the carpet. All right. The next 5 years, the next 60 months can be massive for yourself. They are going to be in the business anyway. What I'm saying is don't fall off the track and stay off it. If you do fall off, let's get you back on quickly. All right. Like I said, Natalie was 7 years. Okay. In the first 2 years, she was a procrastinator, massive procrastinator. That's what she did. And even though she was speaking to Dave every single day, more or less, she was still getting it, procrastinating because she couldn't get the mindset right. All right, but like I said, they put this book together, and like I said, I believe it's massively, going to change your life. It's work in progress on yourself every single day, but make sure you're following through on it. All right, guys, but thank you very much. I really appreciate your time over the last 3 weeks. All right, I just got one last song to play. If anybody has got any questions for me, you can come back. I'll be on here for another 5 minutes. Or like I said, you can give us a call if you need us either tonight or tomorrow, and then we'll take it from there. So Fantastic, guys. Onwards and upwards to the future that you deserve. Okay, for putting in all the actions. Well done, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care, guys.